Your pocket make you rich, but your mind makes you wealthy. There is a complete difference between being rich and being wealthy. If you are rich, you can make it to month. You can make it to 2 years. You can make it to the next month. You can make it to the next year. But if you are wealthy, you can make it to decades. You can make it to centuries. You can make it so you can make it, so your daughters can make it, so your parents, grandparents can make it. Think about it. Getting rich is easy because making money is easy. If you don't think so, well, then you have to change your mindset around money because you have an scarcity mindset. But you being wealthy, building something that is going to last forever, building something that can change your life for the better and that can change your own self for the better, that's the long game. Inspire to be wealthy so you can transfer wealth. Whenever they talk about generational wealth, everybody talking about, oh yeah, you gotta houses, oh yes, the money you to make sure your kids are okay, you gotta leave the wealth. Generational wealth is in knowledge. Generational wealth is in information. Generational wealth is in wisdom. Because I'm giving an example. If your parent give you $1 million, or if your parent teach you how you can make $1 million, what would you prefer? If you are thinking about the short term, you're gonna take the $1 and that's it. But if you're thinking about the long term, you're gonna prefer your parents to teach you, to show you how you can make your own $1. Do you know why? Because knowledge, information, the skills you acquire, those skills stay with you, and nobody can take your knowledge away from you. Nobody can take your skills away from you. But something can happen, and then guess what? The money your parents leave for you, or the legacy, the money legacy your parents left is no longer available. Something happened, the government did something, did it. But if your parents give you knowledge, give you information, give you the skills, nobody can take that away from you. And wealth, you play it in the long term because you're going to receive long benefits. There is no one that is thinking about building generational wealth that is thinking of today, was thinking of 5. That person is thinking in 10, 20 years. But I'm telling you, the best wealth you can transfer to anyone that you want to help is the wealth of information, the wealth of knowledge, the wealth of wisdom, the wealth of skills. All the lessons you have learned in your lifetime, if you can transfer that to your kids so they don't have to commit the same mistake you committed. And if they commit the same mistake, guess what? At least they already have another perspective, which is your perspective. Wealth, that's where it is. Wealth, transfer information. Especially with families, wealth also can be you breaking the generational curses, you breaking the generational traumas, so you can make sure that the family are gonna come from you doesn't suffer as much as you suffer. Another way of wealth can be you transferring healthiness to your kids, because in case you didn't know, traumas can be transferred through DNA. Don't believe me? Do your own research. Another way you can give your kids wealth or anybody else wealth is by you transferring your healthiness, your positivity, your education, your self-love, your self-confidence. Let's normalize transferring positive things to our loved ones, not only material things. Let's normalize transferring education, transferring ways of healing, transferring ways of loving, supporting, believing in oneself, transferring ways of education, because those are the things that last forever. It lasts forever. Nobody can take your education away from you. Nobody can take the lessons you have learned away from you. So let's normalize transferring. The same way you're going to be, oh no, I want to give my kids this, oh my kid that. And also, all the toys you can buy to your kids, at some point those toys are going to, it can break, somebody can steal them, or they can simply stop using them. And the toys you gave them, that's it. But the time you are going to spend with your kids, the experience you are going to have with your kids is going to last forever in their memories and in their hearts. You can give your kids any type of material things. You can. But those material things can disappear. But the memories, the experiences your kids create with you, those things last forever. Rich is easy. Wealthy, that's where the game is. Because you wouldn't have to worry for 5, 10, 20, 40, 50 years anymore. So transfer it. All the knowledge, all the information that now you have acquired, all the things you wish you have known when you were growing up, it's time for you to transfer that to the people who are coming. Transfer that to the future generation. All the things you learned the hard way, teach them. Transfer that to them. Give them wealth of information, wealth of knowledge, wealth of education. Because again, nobody can take your knowledge away from you. But anybody can take your money away from you. The money can finish. But if you know how to make the money, you're going to make it instantly. And if you ask any wealthy person, anybody who's wealthy, if they're scared of losing anything today, they're going to tell you no. Because they can lose it today and tomorrow they're going to go back up. Any trillionaire, any billionaire, they can lose everything today. And by tomorrow, they already know how to get everything again. Why? Because in the process of them accumulating their wealth, their money, all the things they have learned have stayed with them. And since they already done it once, they can do it twice, they can do it 3 times, they can do it 4 times. Why? Because the knowledge, because the information, because the skills, because the wisdom is with them. They can lose everything today, and by tomorrow you're going to see them out there making the knowledge, making moves, doing stuff. Transfer the education, transfer the knowledge, transfer the skills, all the amazing and positive things you have learned now that you are grown. Transfer that to those that are coming, because that's the best wealth you can transfer anyone. The wealth of positivity, the wealth of health, the wealth of information, the wealth of education, the wealth of empowerment. Yeah, that's the best wealth, because that wealth lasts forever. But if you transfer anybody money, what if they don't know how to manage money? What if they spend that money in stupid stuff? But if you give them the knowledge, the information, the wisdom, they are going to know how to manage money, how to manage their emotions, how to make more money, how to invest their money, how to be successful, how to be happy. And those things, you can transfer them to them. And the best way you can make sure you are transferring to them is by you having it first.